Hi friends, Tilly here, and I'm not even going to apologize, although anybody that reports me to the Health and Human Services for my mess that I'm working in down here is really going to be in big trouble. I'm in the middle of actually 3 projects, and this is what my room looks like when I'm in the middle of 3 projects, and I just finished one, so actually it's probably closer to 4. I got a vlog from Kimmer. That's HBKALEECEE. She's a sweetheart. She's in the middle of a move from one home to another, and she's getting her craft room together, but she's been vlogging this whole time, taking us places. She took us to work one day. She took us to get a parking pass for the beach another day. It's just been really fun, and she's been showing us the rooms and how the work's been progressing, and then fooled us with, I don't know if you can even see this, moving this camera around a little bit, but she sent us a vlog with questions. Now, it was too many questions for me just to go ahead and answer down in comments because they don't have enough room. And you know how I mean, the way I talk is the way I write. So, I could fill a book and still not be finished with whatever it is I just feel I need to say. So, I'm doing a video for her. And so here are the questions. We'll start out with number 1. First, about mini albums. What binding do you use most? What binding do you like best? Well, Kimmer, you're dealing with somebody that's only done like 3 mini albums in her entire life, and I've got to tell you that the only kind of binding that I have ever used is my Bind It All, and I've had it for about 112 years and just started using it, and I really like it. And with as many cute things as can be done on these things now, that tying, you know, that you can run flowers through here, you know, the roses, you can tie the seam binding on here, you can glam this up, and they come in every color. You can paint it any color you want, so it's a lot better than it was. I mean, you can do a lot cuter things with it than you could years ago, but it's the only one that I've ever used, so that's my answer to that one. The next question is, what type of closure do you use? Well, like I say, I think I've done 3. I have to tell you, and what closure do you like best, and what closure have you found to work the best? The only closure that I've ever used is ribbon, and I like the ribbon. I like that it can be a part of the look of the outside of the, you know, of the mini, and it works, and you can tie it and untie it. You don't have to make a bow if you don't want. So that's, I can't help you too much more on that one. And so we're going to go on to, I think it's going to be question 6. Here it comes. If you have ever used the hidden hinge, have you ever used it and modified it to use different page widths? I haven't. I've seen videos on it, and I really can't even tell you whose video it is. But you know, if I think about it for a little while, I may find it on here and I'll send it to you. What's your favorite glue to use for adhering paper to your pages? Well, I tell you the 2 things that I use on a regular basis for doing anything to anything else is right over here, and it's EcoFlow. I actually, when I started making the leather bracelets that are in my store, it actually will adhere leather to metal, but it works magnificent on paper. And I probably will never, here you go, I'm going to spin you around. I probably will never have to buy another, any other kind of glue, because let me show you, I have this bottle when I was down at Tandy Leather, and we're lucky here in St. Louis, we've got a Tandy Leather, but I got 2 of these. So this one is maybe, it has a third, oh, not a whole lot left down in the bottom of it, but I've used it for 3 years, and I have another one this size. The other thing that I use now to get paper to stick to paper is my score tape. I used to use the red stuff, but it's not coming to me. Scrapbooking with Me, Edith was the one that talked me into trying the score tape, and I love it. Absolutely love it. I don't really feel the need to have anything else but it. Okay, that was 6 and 7. Let's go to... Ta-da. Now see, it's not, I'm not going slow, she's going slow. Okay, next question about images. What website do you use for your favorite free images? How often do you use the images? Use the images you would download off the net, and what kind of projects do you use the images for? I don't do a lot, but the one that I do use and get in an email form once a week is the Graphics Fairy, GRAPHIES and it is totally free. Now I'm going to be on the lookout, because I right now am in the need of, I'm working on this little cutie right here for my granddaughter, and it is the Fairy Whisper, and I'm not holding it up too tight because nothing is glued on but the but this lace and the bling around the sides, but my butterfly and flowers and everything are just sitting there, and I need a fairy. I need another fairy. I know that this paper comes with a fairy in chipboard, but it's not going to work for what I want. I need a different fairy than the one that's included in the chipboard pieces for this, and so that I'm going to be on the lookout. I'm today, this afternoon, going to the site to look for a fairy that'll be just right, and I have no doubt but what she's got it on that site. I'm just going to have to search for it, and so that's the kind of projects that I use it on. I'm not a big downloader person, but it just so happens I need it right now. Now about dies. Do you have very many dies? I have a few and like them a lot. What die do you recommend, and what die do you like to use the most? Oh, now you've got me. This one might take the next year and a half. So I'm going to stop this video and then restart it. Okay, wasn't that clever of me to do that before it quit right in the middle of what I was saying? I'm going to reach down here on the floor and get the pile that I put together. Ugh. And for me, that's not an easy chore to get down here on the floor and back up again. But I had it right here. First of all, I love these the Crafter's Companion, and they just pop open like this. Okay, you want to know my favorites. I love these. I love these little heads because I can do a little girl, I can do a little boy, I can do a woman, I can do a man, or I can do this set. And they work for an awful lot of different cards, and I like my canning jar. I like my edges. You're in trouble because I like a lot of stuff. I like my window, love my window. And then I do these 4 panes, usually always in, oh, you know, all the paper that comes, that your stuff comes wrapped in. I'm crinkling some back here. I do those so that it, and then I glue them on the inside, which then looks like you're looking through a clear window pane. I don't know if you understand that or not, but that's what I do. And really like that look. Love my little clouds and my sun. This one happens to be a set with, so here's the sun, and here's the big cloud, and here's the little cloud. I mean, the very large, and then the medium and the little cloud. Really like the sets that come along with stamps. Then, I'm not finished yet. Boy, you asked the wrong question when you asked that question of me. I'm trying to get this put together and so I can drop it down here on the floor. I like that I like and use these all the time. All the time. I like and use this one also, and I do the same thing with this bell top. Usually I will do it out of a see-through material, even if it isn't totally clear, paper, vellum, or anything. It's how I do the top. I also love my light post. Use my butterflies all the time. Love my teapots, even though I'm a coffee drinker and I really can't seem to make myself like tea. I try, but I know it's so neat to say, come over for tea, and I just don't like it. Another one that I use, and I've got in another crafter companion. I'm waiting for more pages. I need more pages, and I just purchased some. I use these an awful lot. And I don't use these birdhouses so much as I do. Oh, I use my fence a lot. Use my little train and car and airplane. It's another one. Could you even see that? I'm probably not even in camera shot. I'm so excited. I'm not looking at what I'm doing. And it has stamps to go with it. And I don't know what was I thinking about that I love that I don't think I showed you, but it's beside the point. I've already probably shown you more than you ever thought you'd like. My fence. What was the other thing? I can't remember. Anyway, okay, and this is my brand new, really favorite. Really favorite. Oh, I know, I've got another one up here to show you. I love this alphabet. You can make as many A's or E's or fun with film. You need F's and I's. And I mean, you can make as many as you want of a single letter. See there? So, I love this. I'll show you what I did have and that I still use, because I have, my big one is up here. And I'm getting it down, and trying not to let it hit me in the head, is, love these. Love my tickets. Use these all the time. Use this all the time. Okay, here's the one I was talking about, though. This one I use, and I use it quite a bit, but you have to do it over and over and over and over and over again to get your duplicate letters, because it's really hard just to, you know, cut out a little piece of paper like that and run it through to make a bunch of E's or A's. I like this. I use it a lot when I need smaller letters, but I truly love the new one that I've got. I love my butterfly maker. Here it is right here. Then I'm going to turn you around. So here's what I wanted to show you. Here's what I was thinking of is, now I love all my frames. and use them. But this is my most favorite. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, this is my most favorite bird cage. This is the one that I like the best. I also use my little, oh, I'm making a mess, more of a mess. I also use my little denim pocket. I use it a lot. So anyway, that's that. I put this back up here. And sorry to keep you guys so long. But you have to blame it on Kimmer. She's the one, she asked all these questions. Okay, we're going to move on to the next question. I'm going to try to move it a little faster. Here we go. Okay, next is embossing powders. I've never used them. Do you love them, hate them, don't use them at all? Are they hard to master? They are the easiest thing in the universe to use. All you do is get your stamp. There's a clear stamp there. Get your Versamark. Do that. Do that. Sprinkle whatever you want to use on top, dump it back in the same tin, hit it with the heat gun, and it looks like it came out of a printing company. I have gold, I have silver, I have what is a clear, so I use that for any stamp that I've done in color, in red or blue or green. I use the clear over that so I don't lose any of my color. It only raises itself up as though it's been embossed by an engraver, but it doesn't change the color. And then I also have one that is a real white, so anything that I want to do, like on navy blue or dark green or anything, I just use this as my color. So I mean, that's all there is to it. You stamp it, you sprinkle it, you dump it back in the thing, you hit it with the heat gun, and boom, it raises up just beautiful. Like we used to years ago have to go to a company to do fancy work like that. Well, you don't have to do that anymore, and it's really easy. So the next one is, and I'm going to run out of time again, so I'm stopping it and going to restart. Okay, I'm starting again. Here, stop. Okay, next, embossing folders. I love them, she says. I just wish there was a way to emboss larger papers. And I know, because even with the Big Shot, you can't get too much through. What do you use your folders for most, and do you use them a lot? Okay, this one, I'm going to just be... Yes, I have some. No, I think I've used them once or twice. Do I think it's pretty? Yes, I do. I also, with you, wish that I could do like a big piece of paper, but it is enough to get most size cards, standard greeting cards through, so I should use mine more. But I can't be too much help there as far as the embossing is concerned. So I'm moving on now to, here's the next one, stamps. I have several, but I can't seem to stamp clear images. Can you give me tips on how to do this? No, I really can't. I can only tell you that you got to get to know your own ink and your own pressure. And I got some really gooey here, and so the clear stamps, I found you have to be just a little bit more delicate, and I just really lightly tap. I really do really lightly tap on the clear stamp images, and then just set it, this isn't going to work, directly down, and I think I just turned it, so I probably smushed it. But anyway, that I did. It's my fault because this piece of paper was standing up. But the image, I don't have any trouble with the image coming out clear, of course, unless I move Unless after I've come down on the paper I go like this, and then I don't get a clear image. But I really think that the secret to it is really lightly tapping your lightly tapping your ink pad. I think that's gives you a much better image on the clear stamps, and maybe really any of the others. I think maybe we try to ink too much sometimes, and so you might give that a try. That's the only thing I can think of. Kimmer, that's all that's the only suggestion I've got. She's going on to the next one. What's your favorite type projects? I make cards. I make cards, but I am trying to spread my wings just a little bit, and I've been making tags and AGCs. And then this is my first, this fairy thing is the first one of those I've ever done. So you guys really are encouraging, you really are. That's how come I'm spreading out a little bit more than what I was comfortable with, because cards were the only things I make. How often do I get to craft? We're both retired. You have to understand this. My husband is home 24/7, unless I can push him, unless I mention the word fishing, and then sometimes he leaves the house with his fishing pole. So he is upstairs on the main floor, and he's watching the Military Channel all day long. So we have our coffee together in the morning. I come down here and I start on a project. We do craft fairs in the fall, and so I do an awful lot of sewing and getting ready for the craft fairs, and then I craft in between. And then sometimes he comes walking down the basement steps and says, "Are we gonna eat supper today, maybe?" And I'll look at the clock and it'll be 7:30 at night. So yeah, almost 7 days a week, almost. Now that I have my, this crazy stuff on my legs, and I have myself in these soft casts, I have to go to the occupational therapist 3 times a week, every week. This is a pain in the patootie, it really is, but it's got to be done, so I haven't got any choice. But it's really cutting into my craft time, I gotta tell you. So I can hardly wait until this is done, and it is not ever going to go away. I've been told it is just always going to be there. I just have to learn how to care for it here at home once they get this bad case taken care of. Do you belong to any Ing sites and swap there? I don't know what an Ing is, so I can't tell you. I can only tell you I belong to Creating a Crafty Life. We do lots of swaps there. We even do the fun stuff like Skype. We have Skype crops, so I can sit right here where I'm sitting and turn the computer on and use Skype, and we all craft together. It's really kind of fun. So that's really all I've got for that, because they don't know what an NING is. And we're going, I think, maybe to the last one. Okay, name 5 must-haves for a fairly new crafter, other than the typical cutter, glue gun, and, you know, that kind of stuff. So, what I wrote down that I thought really helped me out is I just really think that you need a score buddy, a scoreboard, some type. I mean, you can do this with a ruler if you want to, but it'll take you, it takes me 3.5 days to do one project that this will finish up in, you know, minutes. I also like my positioner for my stamps. Really, really like that, and use it a lot. Okay, then I'm going to turn you around. And here you go. Now you're going to get to see some, you know, some real messes here. If I can get this thing to turn around. The other thing that I think that you really might want to save up for would be your Big Shot, or something similar to that. The other thing that I think is really helpful is to have one of these guys, and I just got this. I had a very small, a really small a little black caddy that held almost nothing. But to have that right there at my hand on my cart to wheel over, nothing like it. I absolutely love it. You need some punches, but I would say wait until you find out what you enjoy doing. If you enjoy making flowers, you might want to have a bunch of different size circle punches. If you like doing cards or layouts, you may want to have edge punchers. I would wait to see what you kind of enjoy doing before you invested in punches. But that would be one thing that I would say to have. The other thing that I think you really should have, and let me get those, is your little Zots or dots. Can you see these? I'm not even looking through the camera. Glue dots, the little foam squares, because let me tell you, all you need really for to make a card and to make it really really kind of cute, you need a little ink, you need a stamp or two, you need some scissors and an extra piece of paper. You stamp the extra piece of paper, you fussy cut it out with your scissors, you put it on your card with a pop dot, and I was going to cut out again. Put it on your card with a pop dot and maybe you know, a flower or two if you got one hanging around. But even if you don't have one hanging around, if you can put some dimension on that image that you stamped, and maybe just use your colored pen or pencil to draw some squiggles around the outside of the card, give it a border, just with your own, you know, your own little squiggle, and then put your stamped image in the center on a pop dot. You got a great card. You know, there's nothing easier, but you need some pop dots to do it. So I am thinking that is the end. I'm thinking that's the last one, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and oh, and while I'm waiting, yes, Sybil, I'm going to do a video on my new caddy, just for you. So, anyway, Gimmer, I hope that answers all of your questions, and I hope the rest of you haven't started snoring, being so bored with me. So, this is Tilly signing off. Bye-bye for now.